brand and Murray's Corner for representing for Flatbush.
Right.
Because it'd be hard. After a while, it was hard to find.
Right.
But you could still go to Murray's during the spring and catch a suit or two. You know what I mean? And then they had one on Rockaway Boulevard, I think.
I know which one you're talking
on
about.
Lee's.
Yes,
Called Lee's, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
No
So
doubt.
what's interesting is when I first started, that was the business, right? And that was, I won't say the number, but it was a small number as far as business volume, right? But it spoke to that guy that still fuck with the brand, right?
Heavy.
And then it was like, all right, let's do brown velour, let's do gray velour this year, let's do navy with red pinstripe velour, and it was just an update. Then we had to push and actually say, how do we got that, let's not lose that. How do we make an addition to? How do you build off of that? Because our aging, we ain't gonna keep buying the same thing every year. Right? We gotta get some diversity with the 16, 18, 20-year-old that's willing to go out there with the brand. And that sees that the other brands are oversaturated, the other brands are doing really gimmicky stuff. If you look at some of the brands that were hot 5 years ago, they were doing collaborations for collaboration's sake. And what happened? They had collaboration, had kids lining up, which is great. There was some buzz and hype around the brand. But then when the rest of the product was on the wall, the kid was like, I just spent $300 on this shoe with you. Well, I'm gonna spend $80 now on this shoe with you, right? Like, you lost the whole commercial opportunity of leveraging collabs. So what we try to do is not have collabs just to be the story, right? Like, it's a part of the fabric of the brand. It's not just the brand.
Right, because you got to be careful anyway. You don't want to do too many.
Right.
Because then you just oversaturated and nobody's not going to care.
Well, too many. I did 48 collabs around the world for the Mind Blower project.
Yeah, but that's around the world.
It seemed like too many. And then when you saw it on the wall, it was like, oh shit. It showed you how these partners could interpret the brand in so many different ways. And honestly, it was 110% of success. We only did limited 95 pairs per shoe. So they were all gone. It's just
and
one
that's
of those,
what you want to see too.
100%. You always want to see that.
No doubt.
I rather miss 10 sales but get 110, 100% versus buying 200 and saying, all right, we hit the 110 sales, but now we still got 80 pairs around. You know, so I'd rather undershoot.
So let me ask you. So I know customization is a big thing in fashion. People want to customize the shirts. They want to put the names on it, put patches. Do you see Fila going? I mean, with the clothes, customizing clothes going forward at any point in time? Because I mean, it's a big thing.
It is. I mean, and we encourage it for sure. Are we building a platform, a product that's customizable? I would say no. Do we want to encourage people to interpret the brand and do what they want with it? 100% yes. Right? Like, that helps with having some diversity in the world and people seeing Fila rocked in different ways and cut up and interpreted in different ways. I mean, there's a world to do it. We still haven't cracked that. We still haven't cracked what exactly that looks like.
Because I mean, I think y'all could really do well with it. Because I've seen people take the Fila patch and put it on different stuff. But just really creative stuff. You know, I'm just telling you. There's people out there that
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Just telling you.
I'm listening. I'm watching. I'm just trying to figure out how to actually do it. Right? Like, how do you do it, you know, in a way that the audience understands the tools that you're giving them? Because some people are naturally just creative. And it doesn't matter what you give them; they're gonna cut it up and make what they want. For Gen Pop, you probably need to give them a little bit of some learnings and some instruction of what they need to do to customize. It's been in the thought. It's been
as long as it's in the thought.
It's there.
Eventually, something to happen.
It's there. Just trying to figure out exactly what's there.
You know? Okay. And stuff about limited edition stuff. That's real big with kids, guys. You know, saying adults. Do you see Fila doing more like limited edition runs, like 300 runs, 200 runs?
For sure.
Give me like quick strike 100 pairs or something. Just something that, you know what I'm saying, people like having that okay, I got that, you don't have it. And even with Fila, you guys have, I'm telling you, the catalog y'all got, y'all could be bringing out some heat, put 100, that's it, just 100 out.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely, like I said, over the holiday, I got to hit the reset button a little bit and do a little evaluation of where we are as a brand. We had a career year, to be honest. This last year, we think this year will be even bigger.
I can salute you on that.
Thank you.
Because I don't mean to cut you off, but I think it was like 2 years ago I did a tour in Japan, right? And I went to some like just retail shops out there, and like that's where I got the hoodie I got on. That's where I got my Scully from in Japan. So you got definitely a heavy influence over there, overseas. The overseas market is crazy, whereas a lot of stuff that ain't over here. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, like, we got in our low life movement, everybody rocked the low and strictly, you know what I mean? But then we have one individual that we call Fila.
That was number Fila.
That's all he's been wearing since day uno. He raps about it. That's what he got. You know how we got like our polo home furnishings? He got all the home furnishings and all of that. So he definitely somebody, he does like his own custom made Fila t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. I'll send you some pictures and some works of his music, and you know, so you could build on it.
I know exactly who he is.
Oh, say less.
I'm well versed. Actually, they're featured. He's featured with amongst others on a High Snovarity post. But even before that, I know who he is.
Salute.
I know who he is for sure. Yeah, he's been repping proudly and heavily for years, for decades.
You would love to hear that.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt.
So let's acknowledge, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely know who's been pushing the brand for a long time. You know, with respect, you know, it's just taking some time to bring the brand back to a certain level to get to where we're at, and a lot of infrastructure building, a lot of, you know, doing things just to keep the lights on and get people's healthcare paid.
And then also on IG too, there's an Instagram page called Fila Fresh.
Yes.
That they be
They
snatching up from anybody, and so what they, you know, y'all out there.
Yeah, the guy who runs it always hits me
So like
up.
you said, with this last year, it been success. You can see it. You know what I mean? And you still moving. So salute to you.
And he already hit up your IG when you put your fit on today. So
no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of good people that have been pushing this thing for a long time. And what I like to separate sometimes is, you know, the energy and being enthusiastic about a brand, and then also seeing what there's opportunity to become a part of the business, right? And again, part of what I mentioned to you guys earlier is that I think I have an opportunity personally to show people that I was willing to get in any way possible, and becoming the vice president of a heritage category that we're easily like in the top 5 of brands right now for most retailers and most consumers. Being in the top 50, you know, before I got there, right? That takes a lot of teamwork, it takes a lot of building, it takes a lot of work to get there, and it also takes a lot of strategy to maintain that place.
Definitely.
So we're not looking at just this immediate hit of being, all right, what can we do right now? It's like, boom, we gotta continue this.
Maintain.
Now we're responsible for people that we're hiring to actually maintain this. So my job has evolved a ton, where I'm just looking at things.
The long term, not the short term.
Strategic long term plays, and how to continue to be a competitor in the space, right? Because I could guarantee you, because I know I have friends in the industry, Fila is on top of everybody's minds, you know, as far as like being in a conversation. What are they doing right? What are we doing wrong? Blah, blah, blah. And as brands, you're supposed to do that, right?
They should, right.
You're supposed to do that in, you know, whatever field you in.
Steel sharp as steel.
Yeah, it's like, exactly. So like, even if a coffee shop here is getting their lunch taken by a coffee shop across the street, they have to figure out what they're doing better, right?
What kind of milk they use.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, they got the better soy milk. They added CBD oil in this place. They're not doing another one.
That's it.
So, you know, and that's our job, to continue to do that. And now I'm looking at things even more strategically, and able to put on the hat to say, all right, I'm on the ground. I'm working with product every day in the product team. I'm with the retail team, seeing what their needs are immediately, because the retailers are asking for X, Y, and Z. I'm with the marketing team to say, okay, this is what we're doing as a strategy, and I'm pushing them. I'm pushing each one of those to get to a specific place so that this thing is sustainable, right? Because what we built, we got Disruptor was a sneaker of the year. As great and as amazing as Disruptor's been, really the story really isn't just a singular shoe, which is the Disruptor, chunky shoe from the 90s. It's really about the platform that we built, right? We built a platform, relationships with retailers, relationship with the consumer, that whatever's hot could have that opportunity to blow up and become the next disruptor.
I don't mean to hold you, but I work in the hospital field, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is the 2019 Nurses Shoe of the Year.
I'll take that. I'll take
That's
that.
facts. I mean, I see mad nurses rocking them.
Hey,
you know how they all white,
yep.
So
yep.
and neat,
yep.
so they love it. And the short ones got a little height because
so I know exactly. Listen, there's
facts.
we're not confused about what the shoe is and what it represents, right? 90s hip hop, 90s rave culture. They crossed over all the time. That's where that shoe lives, right? Yeah. There's this whole reminiscent of going back, but then you also can't take away from the fact that the chunky trend in Balenciaga, Dior, Valentino, every brand has it. Yeah, and now we get to offer a brand that's, again, authentic, right? Because it's our shoe. We build a platform where we're at retail already and people are rocking and fucking with the brand. Now they get to go to a shoe that's somewhere between $65 and $80. If you want a better version from your better brand, like a Barney's, you go there for $125, full grain leather. It has that variety in just one shoe. Yeah, there is levels. But we also we got Shoe of the Year with Disruptor. But really that's recognizing the brand, because at the end of the day, you can't get Shoe of the Year if you didn't build a platform to get to that point, right? Yeah. Now you have to maintain that platform to be able to have something else succeed just as much. And then some brands, that's the one thing they'll ever have. My goal now is that we checked off having that Shoe of the Year. Now how do we continue and get that again? Okay. If you look at who Shoe of the Year was before, Stan Smith, right? Kanye, Rihanna. Those are the last 4 years. This is the first shoe without a face behind it or personality that won Shoe of the Year. So that speaks volume, right?
Definitely.
It's a good shoe though.
Nah, great shoe.
I mean,
even from back then.
Yeah, back then I had them back then, but they had one. I almost got one for Urban Outfitters because they got a special colorway.
Yep, they have a couple special colorways.
Yeah,
okay.
I almost pulled the trigger. Almost.
Now, what's crazy is I see men, women, straight, gay, Asian, white, black, everything. I see them all rocking it, and it feels good, man, because people are interpreting the brand for them, right? It becomes a brand of the culture again. I hate to use the word the culture for everything, but it applies here because the youth culture is actually adopting it, and now you see the interpretations of how they rock that fit,
But see, Louis, the thing is, the key to that disruptor thing, and why I think it's so, like, everybody loves it, because you can do everything in it.
Right.
It's so, like, you can work out in it, you can play ball.
Even
if it's chunky.
You play ball?
Yeah, I've seen people play ball. I'm just telling you.
He needs all the help he can get with the little inch on the heel.
You know what I'm saying?
You got a shot block a couple times. He's like, I need an inch.
Listen, I'm telling you.
Well, shocks are coming back, so that doesn't.
I've
like,
seen it. Yeah,
between shot, I know all the sneakers that are coming, so I'm looking at it like, it makes sense that Disruptor has this versatility for people to rock it.
When you have something that's so fully functional like that, it's like it's money. It's mint, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, it's like it's.
And the goal is, like, I think everybody I mentioned before, Rihanna had his run, Stan Smith had his run.
I think Kanye had his run. I think so.
I think so too.
I think it's at the end.
We could talk about that for another 10 hours.
Listen, no, he's saying that because he just got his first pair.
You shouldn't
turtle shoes.
Thanks to my wife for Christmas. I don't know. Maybe sometimes when you go yo, how you like these, babe? And then she be like, let's check it off on the Christmas list.
Listen, the way
and then he gets on me like, yo, what are you doing? But it's too late. So.
You know what I'm saying? They on the way out though. I'm telling you this.
So I'm late. I'm late to the
January
party.
27th, they on the way out.
I'll try to be as PC as possible, right?
No doubt.
The example, what I'm gonna say is this: you have something. Again, we talked about the collabs before, how the kid's going to buy a $300 shoe, right? They gravitated. Why do you think Vans had the surge that they had over the last couple of years?
Because they're affordable.
They're affordable. They're fashionable. It's easy. Like they could go in. It's credible, right? So the kid today is going buying $300, $400 pair of shoes, Off-Whites, Yays, whatever, and then complementing that on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they're rocking some new Vans.
Exactly.
They're rocking Air Force One, whatever it is, right? And then they have their It Day shoes. Problem that I think the whole Yeezy thing is that's all that's there.
Yeah, but my
That's
whole
all
thing
that's
is,
there.
listen,
Even if you make 100, 200,
listen,
a billion pairs of them, that's all that's there.
let's all be real here. The economy is effed up.
No doubt.
Parents don't have $300 to $400 to buy these shoes anymore.
Right.
So what they do is they look for an alternative, a disruptor, a Vans, something where like, you know what, I can buy that shoe for you and put $100 in your pocket for the week, and you good. And the kids are like, you know what, that makes sense. Why am I doing that? You know, because there's a lot of leaders rather than followers out there now. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do their own thing. You know.
And also, I listened to the pod with Sean and talking about flipping economy and all that. I think that is run its course a bit too, right? Like, how much product out there for you to flip?
Exactly.
You want to be able just to have that easy buy and that easy purchase and move. And don't get me wrong, that flipping will still take place. And the kid that's that entrepreneurial kid, more power to him. Keep doing it, keep looking fresh. Low has been doing it from day one. Copying one piece, selling the next, getting fresh for the next one. You keep doing that. So that'll be there. But again, when they're at the level of business that they're doing, and Ye has this, family of shoes. What else? What else is coming
I
from
just
that?
think it's not sustainable.
I don't think so either.
It's not. Like, it's good for a short period of time, but once you get into like the 4th year or 5th year, it's gonna show its age, and that's you know what I'm saying.
And I would add this other little thing, and again, I won't even go there, but politically, I think he's. I know a lot of people, including myself, won't fuck with it. Just won't fuck with it.
Listen, he's a wackadoo, but
he's out there. We lost him. We lost him.
We lost him years ago.
We lost him. My mom said I remember my mom first realized who Kanye was. Is when he says that George Bush does not care about black people. He said that. My mom was like, "That boy's telling the truth, right?" Look where we're at now. Like you people try to separate the art from the artist, but the reason why we're attracted to the artist is because of the art. Right? Like it's cyclical, right? Like, so I think it will have a negative effect, and I don't want people to lose jobs or have anything happen to anyone's families or anything, because it is a part of a business too. But also, if anybody would not come to us and say, after Disruptor, what you guys got? And our job is to have more than Disruptor, right?
But
like,
see, I think the advantage, the Filas of the world and, Vans, whoever, you have a catalog to where, oh yeah, we got 3, 4, and 5. Something else is coming out, coming down the pipeline. See, other companies, like Kanye, whatever, they don't have that, They can't even use the stuff they use with Nike. So it's like, what do you really have? He's gonna keep on creating a silhouette that, gets played out. Like, what are you gonna do?
Also, you gotta think about it. When he first got his platform, he was complaining about Nike a lot and about the infrastructure and how business was being done. But he really didn't understand, other than being a consumer, how the business was actually being done and what you need to do to open up toolings, what you need to do to have retail relationships, and what you need to do for production and design and selling, right? I remember it was a big controversy about who's getting the shoes and who's not. It's a big machine. For you to be able just to pick at it and say, I don't like this, this, and this, you might blow up the machine and not have anything there. So, it's a difference between being on the sidelines and barking at stuff and saying, I don't like this and don't like that, versus being in it and then understanding what is there to change and fix.
You gotta pick your battles.
Yeah, for sure. Or you also got to be knowledgeable about what you're complaining about.
True indeed.
That's what Twitter and IG and this whole world lets people behind any place be able to comment and come at anybody and critique things when they really don't understand the dynamics and the issues that actually are for business.
Like how you said in the beginning, it's like you was hands on with it. You know what I'm saying? with the sneakers. They was giving you the playbooks at New Balance and stuff like that. Like maybe if he had a little more of that, he wouldn't be picking in. You know what I'm saying? At certain things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he would know how to, like you be saying, the structure goes in this game.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't put your hat where you can't reach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
Well,
Or your sneakers in this part.
Well, it's also the people he had around him at that time.
Yeah, it's your circle, your support system.
Your team is important. Who you got around you is important.
But
You can't have a whole bunch of yes men
But he also has some good people on his team.
Facts.
C's crushing it.
all day.
Obviously, Virgil's crushing it. Ibn and all those guys. I don't know them. I know their bodies are working. Props to them for like doing it. I mean,
Because they show you more than they could tell you, right?
Yeah, I mean, and they've took access into circles, and they've actually exploited those opportunities. And props to them for doing that. Like they've all been next level, and that they were good designers and good guys doing that thing. But you know, props to them. Let's see what happens with that stuff. I already got my bet placed. I hope I'm wrong, but.
Listen,
It is what it is.
I think it's coming to an end.
Yeah.
I mean, I think anything with a high price point, the end is near. I just think the money's not out
But
there.
in these times,
It's just the way the economy is.
people ain't playing with they dough like that.
Yeah, it's like
I feel you.
even like they increased the minimum wage to $15. So, but then what they did was they're not hiring anybody else, and they're just keeping all these people at $15. So then there's no growth; it's just stagnant. And then there's people out there that got degrees, people out there that's just sitting there, they're scratching their head like, yeah, what I'm gonna do? Like, I can't get a job. Making $15 an hour. We talking about people can't get jobs at McDonald's right now. So,
It's real talk.
I'm saying I don't need to be the bearer of bad news, but
Nah.
you know,
Sometimes somebody needs to have the voice, right?
you know. But so Lewis, for Fila, you wanna capitalize on, like last year was great. What do you think this year in terms, like what is your goals for this year? I mean, I know for one to be more successful than last year, but
So obviously, yeah, that's given. You want to make another marker year, and I think we're on track for that for sure. Really, again, I talked about how we landed the big Fila Fendi joint. We got that middle thing running for your wider, more commercial collabs. Really, my job and what I'm really trying to focus on is getting the smaller guys, getting some more unique stories for the brand, giving a new North Star for the brand. Because I think what a lot of people have seen, consumers-wise, I see the brand out there now, right?
Right.
Sometimes when you get so big, you lose that attractiveness, right? Like, if everybody wants you, I don't want you no more, right? So how do I make us feel small again, right? And that's why if you look at the Fade times Fila that just came out, the shoe I'm rocking right now is a Targa. I work with two great guys from the West Coast, DJ 5 and DJ Eric Deluxe. These guys are DJs that are in the scene, great dudes, have a love for Fila, were asking for Fila and rocking Fila before we even did the project.
Right.
They want to do the Targa, and I was like, all right, let's do it. And they were like, we want to just buy them for you and just see them to friends and family. I was like, oh, that's a great idea, let's do it. So we just launched that this week. They seeded it out in Paris when we were out in Paris last week. They seeded it out to a bunch of industry folks that they know. It's been an overwhelming response. That's one of those little success stories of how to stay grounded, how to do things that become influential, how to do things that stay relevant. So my goal this year is to do more of that. We'll still maintain the business. We'll still be introducing more fire footwear, men's, women's, kids. We'll still be doing more apparel that looks amazing. We talked about velour. We're constantly pushing velour.
You gotta bring the luggage back too.
We do.
The bags and all of that. The bag game was heavy in Fila back in the days.
And I think we have a lane for that right now.
Nice.
The reason why is because fanny packs hit hard. Fanny packs were on fire for us last year. Now we're evolving that, right?
Nice.
Like we're doing now crossbodies, right? We're doing crossbodies, bigger bags, different logos, different execution, stuff that hooks back to apparel. I think outerwear is a big opportunity for us, right? Because some people just wanted to piece feel it, right? So they wanted to rock Montclair jacket with the Fila hoodie under.
No doubt.
Now I think they could do another hoodie and put the Fila jacket on top, right? So we have an opportunity in outerwear for sure. Headwear's stagnant. I mean, headwear's a little in a weird space right
Bring
now.
back our ski bands.
Ski bands.
Ski
you know?
bands,
So
please.
if you go to the showroom, we have like some faux fur pieces, headwear, like
There you go,
bands and stuff.
There you go.
Some good stuff on the women's side, but it all crosses over, right? Like we have some stuff that's men's,
Yeah, the
women's,
ski,
women's
exactly.
are crossing
It was
over.
unisex with like the ski bands.
Yeah.
Girls used to put their hair in a ponytail with the ski band around, wear it to school. You know what I mean? Dudes used to add the fresh Caesar with the ski band on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there was always them popping colors in it. You know, them ski colors. All a teal with a purple and a hot pink with a fluorescent green, and you know.
Right. I mean, I think there's opportunity also.
Cause that's what I be hearing on my side of the streets, and like who be in my ear, like they be wanting like that old nostalgic kind of thing. The new wave stuff is the hot fire.
Right.
We taking that because the quality's still good.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But the old stuff, like, ooh yeah, they want that.
So John, the piece that I gave you, if you touch and feel the hand of the velour, it's this stretch velour, super soft. The eye is still the same when you look at it on the shelf. From our older, heavier, more tight velour. This
heavy.
one is. This
like
one
if you
is.
wear one and you get caught in the rain, ooh.
Yeah, it's just like a damp,
Facts.
wet rag on you.
Oh.
But you could feel that. And if you look at the trims, you know, the gold zippers, the white piping, the F box with the bamboo under.
This is sexy.
And that comes with the pant. The pant has an updated cut, not super slim,
Right.
but not the wide fit that it was before for the big guy.
Nice. Zip on the sides?
Zipper, no, does it have zip on the side? It's an open bottom. Open bottom with zipper on the side. I believe.
got the pants.
Oh boy.
Okay, boy.
Kill it.
You see the gold pulls on the
I got
waist.
a black
Yeah,
with the
there
white
is a zipper.
pinstripe like that. Yeah, I see
You
it.
see the zipper on the side?
Zip on the side. Those are nice.
That's on like the lateral ankle. You get to have the zipper with the open bottom.
Bang bang.
Yeah.
So that's just something I grabbed for you real quick on Friday. I know we have more heat, but you know that's just an example of directionally. I came back from Paris Week last week. There's a lot of great energy out in Paris Fashion Week. The trade shows are evolving, and Paris Fashion Week is definitely becoming the place for not just high fashion, but street fashion and skate brands and streetwear brands and what we call quote-unquote streetwear brands.
They're opening their eyes up to more.
For sure, and I saw a lot of velour. When velour's been kind of flat for us, because I look at the numbers, right? I'm looking at what we're selling, and we're going to continue to offer it, but it hasn't had like
that burst.
Obviously, like fleece and terry and a couple of things have had their little bumps.
So maybe
velour's a little flat, but we think, you know, if we're looking at what fashion's doing, velour's will come back, and guess what?
Nice.
We're already in that game, right?
Sure
We're credible in there. People want to fuck with us, and then now it's about doing the right execution, the right colors, the right treatments.
If you do like some bright color velour.
I'll show you the green one we have. There's this green blue. It's beautiful.
You do bright colors, fly off the shelves. Yeah, everybody's into colors now. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's all. If you look at just a cycle of fashion, and then it'll go back to all one color. But I do think suits are essential. I think like the crinkle nylon, the Tazlons, like all those suits, definitely will hit again.
Yeah.
Again, it's about you have the opportunity to expand the brand once you build a platform of credibility, and we have that right now. And we also have the kids' attention.
Yeah, you definitely do.
You know, if you like, you know, I've always paid attention. A good guy I know, Gary V. He talks about we're in an attention economy because these are just commodities, right? We're just moving items. But if you have their attention and you're able to continue to keep their attention with newness and freshness, incredible product, that you're winning. You're like you just won the game, right? It's not even about the connection to retail and how it sells. Yeah, that's gonna happen. But you have to still maintain that attention. Like you have to keep their attention by doing fresh things. So that going back to that Target times Fade, that collab, is that gonna be the most commercial thing for the brand and, you know, sell 1 million pairs? No. But what are we doing? We're keeping attention and we're keeping eyeballs on the brand in a credible way. And we're not just paying to play. Paying to play is, to me, is done. You're no longer gonna pay for the top artist to make your brand credible again. It's not credible. They know. A$AP Rocky before he got the UA contract was fucking with Fila and just buying vintage pieces and getting pieces off the shelf. and showing up in Fashion Week rocking Fila. And we didn't pay for that because it was credible, you know, like it was authentic. So that's what we're looking to do for this year. Again, open up men's and women's. It's a nice balance right now we have between, so we're not just a women's brand. We think that when Puma and Fenty, Puma became a women's brand, the guy kind of stepped away. It was like, oh, you for my girl, you're not for me.
Right.
And that's a hard thing to blend, right? Like, how do you become just a men, become a brand for both genders, right?
Sure.
So maintaining that balance, something that we strive for all the time, maintaining those levels of business.
Make it happy to shop as a couple.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And then, and as an individual, right? You want to go to a store and be like, wait, is this girl stuff or guy stuff?
Right.
You want by yourself, and when you shop with your girl, you want to be like, oh, that's dope on you, that's dope on me. Like, you want to be able to have that versatility. So maintaining that balance, and then the other balance is footwear to apparel. Like, it's always, it's always putting in work on just finding those right silhouettes and what's right to bring back.
Y'all bringing the watches back?
There is a watch licensee we've been working with too.
You already know.
Yeah.
No umbrellas?
Some more of that.
Say no
so
more.
I have a project where I'm bringing some of all that little fun stuff
nice.
back.
Like a capsule just.
Because I was saying it was like you were saying it wasn't just the garments or the footwear, like the accessories to your Fila was the joints.
Neck scarf, I got a bunch of stuff coming. Small way, but impactful storytelling.
I ain't mean to cut you off. Eyewear.
Yep.
The aviator frames and y'all had like some Oakley kind of looking joints. I ain't really rock out with too much of those. Like they were space cadet ones. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Like the punk rock kind of, like it wrapped the face one.
Yeah.
But the metal frame ones was dope.
Yep. The eyewear, the proper eyewear ones. Yeah, man. So we had that again. It was another licensee that we had. Looking to add some of those into this program I'm doing for the summer. We'll tell you more about that real soon.
Please do.
We're gonna launch it around the world, 10 pop-up stores. Launch it also at ComplexCon. It's gonna have this whole killer theme of a space that we haven't told stories in yet. That our brand actually has history in. We're gonna do some limited product, limited novelty stuff. Some eyewear, some bags, some fun accessories. So a lot more to come on that end for sure.
Dope.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I see it. You're excited just for the glasses.
Yes.
But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. We've almost been here for 2 hours now.
Word?
Wow.
Yeah. We've been going.
Yeah.
Going on and on and on.
It's been a blessing.
Oh yeah,
nice
Lewis has a friend here. You can talk,
Yeah.
I don't know proper podcast etiquette.
It's all good.
You know what I mean?
We just chopping it up.
You can say something, man.
So this is family. This is Will, everybody. He's been doing customization. He's been a fashion leader. He actually family lives around for where we're currently podcasting out of Ridgewood in Queens.
Nice.
So I invited him in because I thought he would be a good person for you guys to meet, and good person for just to be a participant here.
So Will, what do you think about? I was telling Lewis about the customization thing with Fila.
Right.
You think that's something they could do?
I think the way I see it,
Yeah.
I think it would have to work with just these small guys that's on IG now, just like in little hubs.
Right.
And I think that's about. But for him to make actual clothes that.
No. Or be like a capsule, just so like he's doing a capsule, with the tent, and just like a small, something like you can customize your own Fila shirt. You don't think that would be a good idea?
I mean, with influencers.
Yeah, I mean, there's people doing it anyway.
I think it's possible. Possible.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
But like a brand like Fila, is it needed? Really?
You guys tell me.
Listen, this is what I think. I think anything that brings them out of a box, so they, what I'm saying, like Fila's doing that now.
Right.
I think that's good. That's like saying you don't play basketball, but all of a sudden you start playing basketball. They ain't gonna say it's good for you. You don't want to be. You don't want to just put them in a box. I feel like it's.
But what if his shot gets blocked every time, or we picking his pockets every time?
Then he gonna have to go practice.
Right? Then maybe he should play basketball.
There you go.
You gotta try though.
I'm just being devil's advocate here.
My whole thing is you gotta try in life. You can fail.
In
you
this
gotta
sense,
try.
sometimes it ain't the shoes to make him be a ball player.
It's more than the shoes.
I mean, listen, Cranston's been dancing for years with special ed.
Okay.
So he has
Yeah,
this,
I heard that.
he has
Oh,
this dance called, this is basketball dance. I wish I could do it. Yo, it's amazing.
Yeah, they
man.
like that one. They like that
It's
one.
amazing.
You know,
Yo, that dance is crazy, man. I'm telling Lewis about it.
we're gonna catch a wave.
All
We
right,
gotta do
let's-
something.
I want to see this.
That's it. I got you.
We got to do the video version of this.
No doubt.
And
We're gonna make that happen.
Oh yeah. And so last thing. So
Okay.
do you see any more partnerships with like hip hop artists and hip hop in general to try to push some of the product? Because I mean, I know you did the Mano thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really needed. Like, you know what I'm saying, so, 'cause social media is so vast and big. But do you see yourself like partnering with like a, you know, hip hop guy, young guy? You know?
For sure. Who they are, what they are,
Yeah. I mean,
when it's happening, I
Right.
can't tell you.
right.
I'll be the first to still go back to, like, I think the new J. Cole Middle Child is fire. I don't know who the
Right.
newest, youngest, hottest, and that's me, you know, evolving as a person
Right.
and a business person to know that I don't know.
Right.
Mhm.
So I'm down to, I need to open up the door for the next one.
Right.
True.
And when you open that door for the next one, let them tell you who's the right person, the right connect, the right, you know, right party to do something with us.
And with your knowledge from being at that level, from that new fresh eye, but knows the talent, you can let them know what is what to look for.
Exactly,
Mhm.
and you're able to do it in the right way, right? So I come
Right.
into a meeting and there's a, you know, young person on the team says, oh, this is the right person, and then
Right.
they have dreams of grandeur, right? Like these big
course.
ideas, all right, we're gonna be in this store and that, and we do this. Then I get to come and say, listen, from my experience and what we're doing, how does this connect to the commercial business? How does it connect to this umbrella of being actual business?
Right.
What does it do for you? What does it do for us? How does, you know, production work? There's a million questions that need to be answered, and it takes some experience to know what those answers are.
Yeah.
So
Is
that's
it
where I could
workable?
come to. And again, I know I'm trying to be humble and say I'm not gonna know who the next person is. Am I open to it? For sure. Like, let's figure out what it is.
But I think what you made a good point. I think it's gonna happen organically. Like, you're probably just gonna see somebody online or somebody, you know, come to your attention, and they probably have the public side, and they're gonna be wearing Fila. I think that's the way
Right.
with social media. So it's so easy just to, you know, something to go viral.
Right. It's similar to like Mano, just adopting
Yeah,
the
yeah.
brand and saying, I'm fucking with
Yeah.
this. Like I want people to know that I'm fucking with this brand.
Right.
And you know, in today's age, we're not signing anybody.
Right.
And that's no slight against anybody,
Right,
because
right.
a lot of these people are great and they're amazing artists. But what else can we do outside of your standard sign a rapper, sign an artist, be the face of a brand, let's do a campaign? What else can we do together, right? Like, are you dropping something that we can support, or is there? Let's figure out what's creative and works for both of us.
True.
And that's me having my Fila responsibility hat on, and that's also me thinking small, like I have my store, right? Like when I have my store and I had the magazine, all right, I don't got the big budgets, right? I'm coming out of my pocket for this. How can we do this in the right way, but still be as effective as the biggest person out there with the biggest check, right? Because if we do it right and we do it authentically to the partnership, I'm sure it'll be a home run. Just figuring out who that is,
Right.
will come for sure.
Yeah, I think, I really think it's the organic thing, because I mean, I do product placement and it's all organic. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, oh, they got this on, oh, snap, and it's
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think we're gonna end this finally. It's over.
No doubt.
Is this a record for like the longest
Nah,
running?
we didn't.
What's the record?
We did over 2 hours talking about wrestling, so.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
definitely.
I can't wrestle with that.
I watch.
But
I watch all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't wait. So you watching Royal Rumble tonight?
Not tonight because I'm going to Wu-Tang concert.
Oh,
But
look at this. This
Yeah,
guy.
That's nice.
yeah, I got to do that. My brother got free tickets. I'm like,
Oh, hey. That's what's
So
up.
free is for me. I didn't get the invite.
$3.99. $3.99.
So Lewis, where can our followers find you, or is it someplace where they can, you know, ask questions or,
Sure.
you know?
So obviously, I encourage everybody to go to the Fila USA IG for sure. You can follow us there and on Instagram. So you
I always do.
Yeah, we've organically went from 0, and I remember like putting together the pictures that need to go up 6+ years ago to now we almost have 2 million followers.
Yes.
So
and growing.
You know, and it continues to grow.
Growing.
We're at like 1.9, but we'll get to 2 million in the next month or two.
And it should be.
Yeah, and now we, you know, that larger voice becomes larger responsibility of maintaining a cadence of storytelling and getting out there. So now we have a whole team that supports that, which is amazing. For me personally, taking off the Fila hat, if somebody wanted, you know, to have a chat with you about the Kanye stuff or whatever, my IG is Louis W. Cologne 3, Louis W. Cologne the 3rd. So that's my IG. Anybody can hit me up. You know, I'm open, public, and, you know. And also, you know, my goal again this year, looking to start a platform that we're locking in the next month or so. It's a fireside chat platform with some Brooklynites. So we're gonna probably call it Brooklynites.
Nice.
In a Brooklyn venue. And we're doing like these doing this, having a conversation, hitting some topics of, you know, career, influence, and how to move to the next level, right? So looking for some good people. We might have mentioned a couple today to have these conversations, right? Like I want to be able to. This is my form of giving back, right? My form of helping educate for people that want to be educated or listen, and hoping to inspire. Again, I think our responsibility today is that if I knock down the door and my people before us knock down doors, how do we hold the door behind us open? Right? Not just get through the door and forget about everybody. I'm the youngest and I'm the only minority that's a vice president of the company. So I'm proud to say that.
No doubt.
I'm proud to get the trust from senior management to have that role. But personally, I think there's an opportunity to open that door for others. And I think there's an opportunity to keep evolving as people, keep evolving as a community, keep evolving in this culture that I think we've been a staple of and we've been a participant of in the background as consumers. How do we get in the front lines of this, right? How do we become stakeholders, which is key, right?
True indeed.
You gotta become a stakeholder into something that we love and that we have a passion for, so we could understand it also at a different level. Like we could all be car enthusiasts, that's great. But if you don't get in the hood and understand how to work that car, what's the point, right? Just another pretty thing that you own, right? Yeah. So, you know, that's where I see myself going. I'm hoping to do that more, hoping to have opportunities like today. So I appreciate you guys letting me talk and having this conversation. I'm looking to do that more for the next couple of years. I'm expecting a son, so first son.
Congrats.
Thank you. So
Yeah,
Louis Cologne,
welcome to the club. I got 4 of them.
so Louis Cologne the 4th.
Yeah.
So Louis Cologne the 4th is expected in April.
Nice.
So you know, I'm evolving as a person, and I'm looking to pass that down. I'm looking to hopefully not just be the dad, but also the uncle that any one of my family friends can reach to when they need the kid to get that internship, right? The kid's into sneakers, like, all right, gotta go talk to Uncle Lou, right? Because he's gonna give you an internship, so you know what the game is really about. If you're really about sneakers, right?
Pass him the playbook.
Yeah, pass him, right? That's what everybody else been doing,
No
right?
doubt.
So it's our turn. So I'm looking to have that opportunity, you know, and looking forward to just doing that for the next couple of years and see where that goes, and continue to put my Fila hat on, be responsible as a businessman, and be responsible for that and that team, but also then come back and be responsible within our communities, right? And be able to give back on that side as well. So that's my goal, and I really appreciate the time and you guys having me. It's been good to talk.
It was a blessing.
We gotta do it again.
Definitely.
I got some more stuff to talk about.
No doubt.
Again, the plan isn't short term. This is long term plan.
Right.
So a lot of things cooking.
Yeah.
So Will, you wanna plug anything?
Yo, I'm starting survival with the flyers. Y'all could follow that. It's in infancy right now. I'm gonna be selling vintage, all types of gear. You know what I mean? Everything I found out there in the streets. I love to thrift. I like textiles and all that.
Right.
I'm a customizer for like 20 years, but I just now started like hard. Like if y'all follow my man, Big A Customs, he's my mentor pretty much in that side. So I'm just taking it a little further, you know what I mean? One day I would like to have my own shoe.
True indeed.
You know what I mean? And I know the right guy.
As you
as
should.
we know, right?
As you should. No
so
doubt.
yeah, that's where it's going, man. With me, at least. One day I'll be here. Lou will be my sidekick.
I'll take that role. I'll take it anything. He's also a cigar connoisseur, so don't
Yes, sir.
let
Yes, indeed. So let me plug in Respect the Smoke. That's my man Big James. He's a big aficionado. He does bus rides and all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
Yeah,
I like a good cigar myself. So you definitely gonna have to probably link up on one of those bus trips or something.
Flatbush Corner.
Yes.
Where can they find you?
They can find me on 80 Flatbush Corner on the back of the 2 train. You know how we do. Church Ave representative of the almighty Low Lives. Low Life Ambassador, Prince Low. Love and loyalty forever. You already know. Yo, safe travels to my OG B-Bob Low and my cousin Dex. They came down for the Low Vest shoot from Atlanta.
Okay.
And shout out to Sean and everybody. Yo, y'all safe travels back. You already know. Shout out Tone on that live. You already know how we doing it. I see you in a few, cuz. Word up. Love is love. John Green.
So you can find me Instagram, Polo Parata. Double J Vintage, we have totes, we have pins, we have hats.
Yes.
Yo, it was awesome. Thank you
Yes.
for coming through.
Yes.
Will, thanks for coming
Definitely.
through. We'll definitely do this again.
Definitely.
Okay, guys, I'll see you next week. Ciao.
Peace.
Peace.
Sounds different, right?
Take mine off.
All right, that was dope. Thank you.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, man, thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
We gotta take his picture.
Yeah, that's work.
Yo, like I was telling you.
Yeah,
I was a polo piece.
that's why. Yeah, that's
But
why.
and when I see something at the thrift store that's fucked up,
Right.
like I got the USA crew neck.
Mm-hmm.
It's all faded. It got bleach stains. So I'm a revamp.
Of course.
I don't want it to die.